Modere is a brand new retail brand that will pay you. And a great place to start with Modere is with our Chief Marketing Officer. His name is Bob Finnegan. Bob is from the $15 trillion a year retail world, and in that world, he is known as a branding savant, literally because him and his team have been instrumental in branding all the billion-dollar brands that you see on the screen in front of you, right down to the look and feel of the store, the way the displays are laid out, the lighting, the temperature, every minute detail pertaining to those brands. Bob was behind, and he's doing the same thing for Modere. That's very evident when you really take a look at us, and the fact that he's on our executive management team is just a huge feather in our cap. Modere itself stands for Modern Lifestyled. 4 key descriptors of our brand are sophisticated, authentic, natural, and disruptive. In fact, we are so disruptive that this year we were one of 19 global brands that were included in this year's celebrity gift bags at the Oscars. And the crazy thing is there have been tens of thousands of other brands that have been trying to get in those same bags for literally years or decades, and they've never been able to do it. So the fact that we got in there when we were just 2 weeks old as a company, once again speaks volumes about what the outside world thinks about us and what we're doing. Next, I want to talk a little bit about our unique history and infrastructure. This is a really important piece of the puzzle to understanding how powerful we are and how big we're going to get. Even though Modere is 5 months old, they're ground floor, they're virtually unknown. They are also the total transformation of an existing 26-year-old company that operates in 29 countries, and it's doing $300 million a year, but it's got brand new ownership and management, brand new name. That name is Modere, a brand new business model, and a brand new compensation plan. This transformation started about 2 years ago when a major financial group called Z Capital acquired the existing company. And the thing to note here is they have $1.7 billion in assets, and they have major financial power behind Modere. We also have major global infrastructure. We have hundreds of employees. We own this 5-story building in Salt Lake City. We don't rent it. We own it. We occupy every square foot of it. That building you see right there is now the small building on your right in this satellite photo. We also own the gigantic 305,000 square foot building behind it. In that building, we manufacture our own products. We're spending several $1 million on a brand new R&D lab. And every other square foot in there is a cutting-edge global distribution center, but once again, we own both. This sets up what I call a double trifecta. Trifecta number 1 is basically that we manufacture our own 75 to 80 products, so we're vertically integrated, so to speak. We also have massive $300 million a year buying power, so when we buy ingredients, we get a very low price. And we also own our infrastructure. We don't rent office space, for example, but the bottom line is we're 5 months old as a company. We're unheard of. We're ground floor, but we also have trifecta number 1. And for another company to go out there and try to compete with that, it would be at least $100 million. But the fact that we do have trifecta number 1 enables us to also offer trifecta number 2, which is basically our ability to offer true world-class, high-performing, salon-quality products at ultra-low retail pricing, and on top of that, have a cutting-edge, world-class compensation plan. Once again, without number 1, we couldn't offer number 2, but we've got both, and nobody else in the world has that. Next, I want to talk about our irresistible customer offer. The first thing is Modere.com itself. It's a 100% dedicated retail site. Notice the branding and styling. This is how it looks on an iPad. And what you don't see there is basically any hint of a compensation plan, incentive trips, or anything else. This is a true dedicated 100% retail site where a customer can simply be a customer. Our product line itself, it's very broad. Skin, hair, laundry, kitchen. You see all the categories there. The main thing is this is a product line where we're not convincing anybody to come out of pocket and go buy something they're not already buying. We're simply asking them to basically buy what they're already buying. They're doing it every single day. We're coming out with other category, other product lines that are in the same category. Spa line for ladies, babies line, men's care line, weight management, sports nutrition lines, all coming very soon. And here's the most exciting part. From an entrepreneurial perspective, when you get to market this product line, the global annual market for this product line is multi-trillion-dollar a year. Not million, not billion, but trillion, and you simply can't get any larger. So why would people buy these types of products from Modere instead of like Target or Whole Foods or wherever else they're getting them? Well, for three big reasons. Ours are more stylish, they're safer, and they're smarter. We combine the styling and lifestyle branding of like a Ralph Lauren with the safety and science of like Whole Foods with the speed and convenience of Amazon.com. A prime example of that is our cutting-edge app for tablets and smartphones. We have barcode scan technology, instant ship features, and one-click ordering. You can literally be in your house, notice you're out of one of our products, pull your phone out of your pocket, do a barcode scan. It shows up on your doorstep several days later. You simply can't get faster, more convenient, or cooler when it comes to replenishing your everyday essential products. That allows you to skip the trip to the store, which is a key phrase I'll keep coming back to, but we combine all that with the quality and pricing of Modere that I've already talked about, our unique ability to provide, and I'm going to give you one key example of that. This is our 6-piece skincare set. It's $89. You get free shipping on it. I'm going to compare it out to 4 competitors in the direct sales and retail world. Every one of these competitors is 3 to 5 times as expensive, and I would gladly put our products up against theirs in terms of quality of ingredients, level of active ingredients, brand loyalty, and the results that people get from the product. And the whole point here is I could go on for 30 minutes with similar price comparisons across our household care line, our hair line, our health and wellness line. You'd get the same results, but the point is we offer the most competitive retail pricing in the direct sales type world, bar none, and we are also right at or below all comparable salon quality type retail brands. We also have an over-the-top rewards program. You can get free shipping all the way up to free second-day air on any size order. You get free product samples in each and every order as a customer. You get free products each and every year on your birthday. We also have an Experience Modere program where a customer that's even bought one product for the year is in 12 monthly and 1 annual drawing. If their name is selected, they can select from the type of prizes you see on the screen in front of you. You can get more details on that at Modere.com. But just once again, ask yourself what other company or brand is doing all these things to help you attract, retain, and grow customers that you actually get paid on. We also just came out with what's called Discover Modere. This combines the most powerful features of 3 hyper-successful business models out there right now. One is called a sample model that a company called Birchbox is just crushing it with. Another one is a try model that Warby Parker is just clobbering lens crafters with. And there's also what's called a share model that a company like Gilt is out there just exploding with. 6 million customers their first 6 years. But we combine, once again, the most powerful features of all 3 in our Discover Modere program. That is our equivalent of a Birchbox type box that you see on your screen. You can try it on a Warby Parker try before you buy type model. And we also have a Gilt type share model that's even more aggressive than theirs. In fact, a customer that shares out to another customer can literally earn $50 account credits with Modere that effectively allows them to eliminate their monthly expenses on their everyday essential products from their household budget. Definitely the most aggressive share program or share model in the entire social shopping world, so to speak. The net of all of this, when you put it all together, our first 4 months as a company, we attracted over 10,000 customers. That has never, ever been done in direct sales history. Now, a little bit about our disruptive residual income model. This is the show me the money part. And the first key here is starting right. There's only one way to do that. There's what's called a social marketer collection. You see the products there in front of you. It also includes that Discover Modere box, about $490 in value. It's definitely going to cut down on your trips to Target or Whole Foods over the next month or two. You get that with a $29 membership fee and $399. Once you have done that, our first goal for you is to get you in profit as fast as we possibly can. It's very simple to do that. We simply go out and help you get 3 people that do exactly what you did. At that point, you've earned about $500. The next goal is equally simple. We turn around and do the exact same thing for those 3 people. That puts them in profit. It makes you what's called a team leader. At that point, you've earned roughly $1,500, which is really incredible. Next, I want to talk about Pod Power. This is where we really separate from all the other retail brands and all the other direct sales type companies even more. Everything I've gone through up to this point helps you and your team of social marketers attract customers in record numbers. Basically, when you do that, though, when you attract them, you hand the baton off to Modere. They step in, and with their marketing team and their resources, they help you retain and grow those customers. In other words, they multiply those customers on your behalf with their effort. And when they multiply your customers, they're also multiplying your income. And what they're really doing that with is called social shopping marketing. Guilt is a great example of that, which I already talked about briefly, but Wanalo.com is an even more powerful example. They literally have put in 10 million customers their first 3 years. And the point is, what they are doing to do that, we are doing as well. So we keep multiplying your customers on your behalf, which once again multiplies your income. Now, here's another part that nobody else in the world is doing. We advertise as a company. We do that to build brand awareness, just like any other brand, and we also do it to soften the market. But here's the deal. We don't keep any customers that are generated from that as a company. Here's a mock-up of an ad that's scheduled to appear in Vogue magazine. If that generates any customers, people like me and you can actually earn those customers. That adds another layer to your pod. So you've actually got 3 layers at this point. And here's the deal. You can earn up to 42% on that entire expanded pod, which is, once again, incredible. To put some numbers on that, $1,266 a month on just $3,000 a month in customer points, which is a very, very high payout. And this gets even more powerful when you leverage it. Here's a very simple illustration of you getting 3 that get 3 that get 3 down through 5 layers of people. You'd have 363 people on your team. In the typical direct sales compensation plan, you would be making about $1,800 a month on this team. But with Modere, watch very closely. You're not just getting paid on layers and layers of individuals. You're getting paid on layers and layers of pods. And when you put a very conservative pod value on it, you would literally be earning almost 10 times as much money, almost $20,000 a month on the same size team. And once again, that's because you're getting paid on layers of pods or customer groups versus simply layers of individuals. You can also earn up to 100 plus layers deep into your social marketer team. There's 3 types of weekly revenue sharing bonuses that get you into money very, very fast. And there's also $128,000 in rank advancement bonuses that you can get pieces of as you go up through the Modere ranks. All of that put together, we have a very aggressive, world-class, cutting-edge compensation plan that makes us unique, unparalleled, and unprecedented. Now I want to quickly talk about how we actually do this, our disruptive building model. Modere builds very fast, it's very fun, it's very lucrative, and you can literally build it with a phone, computer, and the internet, which is exactly what you're using right now, I might add. You can also build it in the offline world with these neat little cards you can get when you become a social marketer. The thing here is there is a 6-digit code on that card that's unique to you. When you give it to somebody, they get a discount off their initial order, but even more importantly, they attach to you as a lifetime customer. You can do the same thing through social media, which is even more powerful. Anytime that you post out something about a specific product or Modere in general, that link that you post out has embedded with your 6-digit code. If anybody clicks on it, once again, they get a discount off their initial order, but you get them as a lifetime customer. You simply can't get more powerful when it comes to leveraging technology and the internet and social media with a brand like Modere that will actually pay you through the incredible compensation plan I just went through. Now, I want to talk real quick about the big picture of our business model itself. That model is called social retail. Social retail is retail powered by paid people, and the key to understanding this is getting a basic grip on what's called blue ocean strategy. This is a book that came out of the Harvard Business School a couple of years ago. It's taken the business world by storm, and really all you need to know is there is a difference between a red ocean and a blue ocean in the business world. In a red ocean, you've got multiple companies that all fiercely compete against each other in the same territory, so to speak, using the same model in the same marketing space. And in fact, that competition is so fierce, they are basically chomping each other up over these tiny little slivers of market share or kind of a limited food supply, and that competition actually turns the water bloody red. I know that's graphic, I know it's gross, but it's also accurate. The whole point here is there is a better way. It's called a blue ocean strategy, and in that, you're not just trying to beat your competition, you're trying to eliminate it, make it irrelevant, neutralize it, and you do that by creating a new model with new market space. And when you create that new market space, there's no competition in it, and you dominate it on a winner-take-all basis, and I want to show you some companies that have done just that with a blue ocean strategy, and they've also done it with three key concepts. They allowed people to skip the trip, they put a better experience around a product, and that product was something people were already buying. None of these companies convinced anybody to buy anything they weren't already buying. Amazon did it with books. They let you skip the trip to Barnes & Noble and Borders. Netflix did it with movies. They let you skip the trip to Blockbuster. Gilt and Wanelo are doing it with clothes. They let you skip the trip to the mall. Uber is out there doing it with ground transportation, letting you skip the trip to, skip the cab ride, so to speak. I mean, Uber came out 5 years ago. They're valued at $18.3 billion, so we got to pay attention to what they're doing. And guess what? What they're doing, we are also doing, but we're doing it with everyday essential products. The global annual market, once again, is multi-trillion-dollar a year. That is bigger than what any of these other companies on the screen had for their product line. Modere is also creating blue ocean space outside of two huge red ocean industries, and they also are the only company on the screen that is actually paying you to do that. So here's the deal. Here's some companies that we're going to get some business from. And I'm not saying that we're going to eliminate them in the same way that Netflix did Blockbusters, but guess what? We don't have to. When you look at when you look at the annual sales of just those companies, it's close to $500 billion a year. If we get just a tiny sliver of that pie, we are the largest company of our type ever in history, bar none. So when you really understand all that, you get a basic idea of how absolutely gigantic we are going to be. Next, I want to get down to the last section, the bottom line, to be paid or not to be paid. I know that seems like a no-brainer question, but guess what? Every single one of us have what's called a social network. We know people that 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 know people. What you see on the screen in front of you is a fraction of your actual social network. And I want to point out, this is not hypothetical, it's not theory, it's not fictional. This, in fact, exists. And every single day, you are passing information to people you know that goes through that network about books you read, movies you go to, the church you go to, the car you drive, what restaurants you went to. You also do it with brands that you buy or don't buy. Every single day in America alone, there's 3.3 billion brand mentions. We are literally all building billion-dollar brands for free. Those brands are earning trillions of dollars of profits on our conversation. But here's the million-dollar question for you. Are you getting paid on that? I can almost guarantee you the answer is no. But where those brands say no, Modere will say yes. But here's the deal. You can't sit on the sideline and collect your check. you actually have to join and become a social marketer. That's what unlocks your vault. And not only that, you could make money just from your pod by doing that, but if you really want to capitalize on this, you've got to go tell some people that you know and help them do the same thing and start securing a portion of your social network into Modere social marketers, and it would kind of look like that. If that was your social marketer team, you would be earning a lot of money, but here's also the flip side. You can't sit around and think about it for long, because bottom line is, if you do that, there's some people out there in your social network that you don't even know that are going to come back at you from the other direction. They're going to end up getting a lot of people that would have been on your social marketer team, and it's eventually going to come back to you where people that you personally know start telling you about Modere again, and maybe at some point in the future, you actually decide to get involved. Bottom line here is, if you snooze, you lose, and the longer you snooze, the more you're going to lose, because if at some point in the future you do get involved, you're still going to earn money, but it might be 10 times less, could be 100 times less, maybe 1,000 times less, and I don't even think I'm embellishing those numbers at all. So here's the big deal. Whatever you do, don't miss Modere. And this is basically the end of this presentation. I want you to immediately get back with whoever thought enough of you to give you access to it. If you have any questions, please get them answered while they're fresh in your mind. And I'm going to put one more screen up here. You need to talk to the person that got you on here about these 3 points. You want to enroll and order your social marketer collection as fast as you can. Once you've done that, you want to join our Modere One Facebook group. That's where all our team communications take place. And then you also need to get your hands on the Modere One launch plan that's in that Facebook group and use it as your blueprint for getting your business off the ground. Once again, thank you for watching the presentation. Hopefully I have made it a little bit harder for you to sleep through your night tonight, and I look forward to working with you and meeting you somewhere very, very soon.